Tēnā koutou katoa, no mai hoki mai. Welcome back to another reading. It's quite loud. I just turned my heat pump on because it's a little bit chilly today. And I've also got a fan going just to like circulate the air. Take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. I'm going to end this video with a small kōrero on what you can expect. Oh, I'm spitting. What you can expect on this channel in the coming weeks as I prepare to run a 6-week mentorship in Telegram, working with breath work and deeply mentoring wahine. I haven't coached any tāne, any men yet, but you know, I'm not against it. In feminine energetics and breath work. So I feel like I'm going to go back to the series where I record. Yeah, actually, we're going to get into this later. So yeah, watch to the end. Okay, yes. So I received a comment, thank you for all your beautiful comments, love connecting with you, saying that I should do all signs readings. And this is just a gentle reminder that you don't have to fit the narrative to be able to grow. And there is a period of growth where the seed is in the darkness, right, after it's been sown. And there is that time and space where you're immersed in your own growth, but light is not there yet. And it's just a gentle reminder to really shine through who you are on this journey, because you are here to break those narratives. Okay, the comment was implying that my channel will grow faster or more or whatever if I did all signs readings, which would mean to change my whole kaupapa, my whole structure of this channel. The structure of my channel is here to break the kaupapa of the all signs reading things. Okay, I don't read astrology, not in that way anyway. So you are a chain breaker. You're here to sort through those distractions and the scarcity and lack is the initiation through to your 10 of materials. You are the trailblazer. There's that 7 of inspirations again. This card has been coming through because I feel like you are breaking through the veils of your own limitations, and this time you're doing it with such care and delicacy, and it's pleasurable and it's quite fun. You're getting to the point in your journey of this separation that you had of yourself. You're entering that chapter in your mind now, because I feel, and I have really felt this collective, whoever you are beautiful, amazing. I love reading for you. And like, I get this real sense of, oh, really want to catch up with collective today and see how they're going and see how they're moving. And that's your energy, that you are admitting and you projecting outwardly. There's this fulfillment that you are moving towards, that you're moving through a lot energetically and intricately. So in your spirit realm where you go during the night, so your sleep patterns may be quite irregular. As you are cleansing your body with the regulation that you do during these sleepless nights, there's a lot that's happening with your nervous system, and the more peaceful you are at night in bed, no emotions after 9:30 is the rule. No emotions, okay? Nothing in depth after 9:30 at night, because it can be dealt with tomorrow. This is about protecting your peace and placing boundaries on yourself. I feel like these daily practices are requiring you to put boundaries in place with your time, your sleep, your rest. Clean structure, cleansing your structure. The 9 of emotions. She said, take your time, what's the rush? So there's this essence of you learning patience and slowness through taking your time. So taking your time to implement new structures, clean structures. So this is not getting into deep conversations after 9:30. Not confrontational ones. In fact, I feel like if you're single, or even if you are in a relationship, after 9:30, it's like a rest. There's this real connection to you and your rest. You will see everything come into play. So this work, this energy, this reading, this is not for people who skip to try and get in front. This is not for the cheaters. This is for the diehard, loyal servants of pleasure, of, I'm hearing revelation. This is the whakapapa healing. This is not for people who want to just get gratification of obtaining something that other people want. This energy that you're into is helping you become diversified in your own right and putting you back into your place of remembrance. It's like, no, I don't do these things, and you can't mold me into what it is that you want to serve you. You're really owning, you're taking ownership of who you are and what it is that you have come from, and you understand what you have come from through all of that inner child healing that you've been doing. And there's always been this understanding and this protection that the cosmos have you. And you're learning how to balance all facets of self. I said this in the other reading. I've said this over and over again, and this is your journey. And these are the confirmations, you know, these consistent messages that come through, even with the cards. Like, there's so many opportunities for other cards to come out, and we're circulating within this frequency. And I don't take all of the cards, right? Because I look and I merge and I'm like, And I feel like this is also a representation of your observation of the world around you and your environment, because you understand you create your reality. And this is that freedom to move, and you're really feeling expansion of the heart, but it's in a different way this time, because you wanted to do something different in order to get results. It's that hanged man energy that this collective has been lingering in for so long. And it's important that you recognize that you are here to make great change. You're not going to get submerged in communities that already exist. You are creating worlds. You are creating realities with your sheer thought process. Okay, that's how powerful and how magnetic you are. We've got the Fool here, and this is really giving like that Fool's journey to becoming the hero, the Fool's journey of innocence. Some people call, like, get mistaken. You may be someone who gets mistaken as being like dumb or naive, but it is just because you're so pure. And there's things that you observe a lot that you don't speak into because you allow it to manifest into the 3D reality. 3 of Wands, and we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. Because your intentions have always been pure about just the way that you see life, the way that you run your businesses, it is very evident that you have overcome a lot of shadows and a lot of demons. It is very evident now the high point that you stand, and this high point is really showing a depth of maturity, of wealth of knowledge, of self-control. And these are all of the things that you have been working on in your nest, in your home. This is why it's so important that you're continuously vibrating at this 10 of materials energy, because that allows you to stand on and be locked in for yourself as you grid and map out and identify all of these emotional connections that you have. The Fool. Yeah. And there has been this energy with the 4 of Wands that you've wanted to get more insight on, because it's been something that you have always desired. The 4 of Wands is this balance within union, within unity. Essentially also, oh, did my camera just like do something weird? Also essentially have a sense of balance in all of these facets of yourself. So new friendships and opportunities are going to be opening up for you. I feel like you're really calling it in as initiations into this new version of yourself. and this fearless warrior. You know, that foolish energy is your fearless protection provider just for yourself in the meantime, while you are in the midst of this rebuild. The rebuild of all facets of yourself. The beautiful thing is that this rebuild is being done on soil that you've worked before, so it's not something that is foreign to you. This is a reclamation of the mahi that you've already done. I'm also seeing this as like reworking the soil, preparing the soil after it's been used. Yeah. This is all to do with your resources, but also reminding you that whatever you have decided is what you're going to experience in this lifetime, that is your destiny, that is your purpose. You get to decide what it is and lock into that in a really human reality way, okay? And that human reality is your ego, and learning how to become friends with your ego, to understand ego to the point where it is your human, and it's your human's way of reacting or responding to energies and initiations and experiences of the human reality through that soul's experience as well. So this is a balance that you are learning, and it's something that you're learning at the capacity of a adult, because you're not a child anymore. Your inner child knows all of this, and that's why it's so seamless when you seep into the reclamation of your whakapapa. It's that mokopuna whakaro again. The future thinking. Remembering that you are the grandchild of a tūpuna that was setting the path for you to walk. You are that generation, and you're creating generations like that, and you're passing that Mauri down. So that's why you need to make good choices based on how you feel about yourself, which should be fucking amazing, because holy heck, you're delicious. There's this really big emphasis on rest as well. We are in the marama, the moon cycle, where rest is being called in as we approach the new moon, which is the dark moon, when it's like the dark night. There's no moonlight. And the stars are more apparent. There's a lot going on in this time of rest. So yeah, honor that for yourself, because in that time of rest will be a lot of messages coming through for your work, social media too. If you work on social media, this is a time where all of these ideas and authentic ways of showing up present themselves. When you have that time to rest and that sacred time for the seeds to come down and be planted in your energy, it's important. It's also a good time to cleanse and to organize and grid, particularly when it's coming into the dark night, because you are more susceptible to receiving things or getting piggybackers if you're not careful. At this level of intuition, if you freaking know exactly what it is that I'm talking about, you are at the level of not getting piggybackers anymore. If you're still getting piggybackers, then 9 times out of 10 it's what you do in your house. If you're still getting energetically attacked, it's what you're doing in your whare. It's the habits and behaviors that happen within your sacred walls. Okay, so looking at that and looking at where your energy leaks are. Okay, because leaky energy, leaky emotions, uncontrollable chaotic emotions that are stuck in like feminine cycles just need a little bit of time and patience and some masculine structure. So like how you react and respond, the way that you operate within your nervous system, you being able to hold all of that emotion so you can release it through your masculine, crying or talking about it with a friend or going and getting like doing some breath work. However you decide to action it, but that's going to relay back to your consciousness, how you feel about yourself. So think about it, okay? Be really serious if you feel like you're on to something in your reality. Continue to feed that flow, because you have the ability to balance. And sometimes we just need people to tell us to fucking lock in, stay on it. It's all good. And it's not mean, it is being supportive, knowing that this means a lot to you. And that's what I read. That's why I show up every day. Almost. So that's our reading for today. I feel like that's a lot. And we'll stop there. So